I'm live. I know y'all thought I wasn't coming live today. It's the end of the day. I know y'all were like, she ain't gonna go live today. Yes, I am. I am here, sisters. I think I might take this off. Seemed like I didn't like the sound. I'm gonna have to get me some AirPods to make the sound better. Anywho, this is Saturday, April 9th, and it's been a real wild day. Wanted to come on and talk to y'all about okay, hey Eileen, I didn't send you a message. I was like, I just gotta press play. I just gotta press whatever this button is, go live. Hope you've had a good day, Eileen. Hope everybody's had a good day. Y'all catching me at the end of the day, so guess what, we're going to talk about what do I do at night, because I'm not done talking about that. I'm not done talking about that. I talked about clearing energy. I talked about doing hypnosis. So I'm going to give y'all another nighttime trick. I don't know if I said hello to all the hashtag replay sisters and queens out there. Um, I write down every night something that I'm grateful for. So, what I have learned, there's a program I went through. It's called the Gutsy Boss. Well, Gutsy Boss is the name of the brand. Group coaching, but I don't really know if that's what it is right now. But anywho, I went through this group coaching called Gutsy Boss. And yeah, it's just like a lot of things that help women and femmes do, like, work on their mindset, work on their money. The coach's name is Becky. And one of the things she had us doing in the section around money was every night before you go to bed, you write down like a blessing that you received. It could be a blessing of money. Maybe it wasn't so much just on money, but it was on abundance. So maybe you got a blessing regarding money. You made some money that day. Had something extra come in, just something regarding money. Maybe you saved some money on something. And then you would write down like if you got your time back. So let's say you're supposed to have a meeting, and maybe it's just a day where you didn't really want to have the meeting, and so the person just so happens to call and say, "Hey, I'm not going to be able to make the meeting." So you would write that down, or just anything that made you feel abundant that day. Write it down. That was right at the end of 2020 when I was doing that, when I was like really trying to figure out like how do I make this business work. And I had already realized part of the way I make my business work, I make life work in general, is mindset work and journaling. And so yeah, I was like, yeah, for sure I'm going to do that. She said just do it for 30 days. Hey baby boo Grace, good evening. She said just do it for 30 days, and um by the end of that 30 days, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really remember what happened, but it impressed me so much that I decided I would um, just keep going. So I've been doing this ever since the end of 2020. Um, and I tell you, it makes such a big difference in how I see my day. It helps me to reframe. You know how some days you just go to bed and you just like, it feels like today was a crappy day. But if you stop and you take stock of, really, was it a crappy day? By writing down what came your way that blessed you. It's like it just puts us in a really good feeling place. And something else that I'll say is that it helps to attract more abundance, more of what you want in your life. So that's something that I do every night. There might be some nights when I don't formally sit down, because a lot of times I'm just like, okay, I want to go get my pen and my journal, and I just want to sit down and I just want to take all this time to write down the things that have happened to me that day. And, it just feels so good. I don't know. It's just something about journaling. It just makes me feel so good. And let's say maybe it's just been a busy night, busy day, and I didn't think about sitting down and journaling formally. I'm almost about to go to bed, and then I'll remember, oh my gosh, I didn't write down what I was grateful for. I will put some little toothpicks in my eyes to prop them open, and I will just eke out an envelope somewhere. If that's the closest piece of paper I can get, might have a crayon in my hand. I'm gonna scribble out what I'm grateful for. It's just brought me so much abundance. So I'm gonna tell y'all. First of all, I want to know: do you have a daily journaling practice where you incorporate gratitude? Let a sister know. I'm curious. Number two, I'm getting ready to do this around my weight because I'm still working on, like, I started my workout regimen. And actually, this notebook that I keep holding up, this is my weight loss book. I don't know if it's reading in the right direction or not, but I created this nice journal months ago. I'm just now starting to use it for my weight. Okay, what does that say? Happy thoughts, believe in yourself, do awesome things. I can do awesome things like work out. Let me tell y'all something that I did too. I have a friend, she just turned 50. I haven't seen her since March of 2020 because I really hadn't hung out with anybody. So I went over for her 50th birthday. And yeah, I was like, I'm in awe of myself. I actually left the house. Um, But anywho, when I was there, I told myself I wasn't gonna eat, but they had some cupcakes. I was like, I'll take one. They gave me two. I ate two. I'm like, why am I eating these cupcakes? This is not what I do. I don't eat at night. And then I walked into the kitchen, I think, to get some water, and somebody was like, "Hey, you want a turkey burger?" I was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "What? What am I doing? What am I doing?" So, and this is after this week, I have gotten my workouts in. I have lost down 3 pounds, and I'm like, okay, so we doing this, Tyra? Really? Okay. Okay, Tyra. So I can do awesome things like stick to my plans, and I'm going to journal about that. I'm going to journal. I'm going to ask myself, why did you do that? Why did you do that, Tyra? But anywho, I'm going to start journaling about what I'm grateful for. I'm gonna when it comes to my body and my weight. So anywho, let me see here. What y'all talking about on here? Okay. Yes, Eileen. Yes, I went to the party and I didn't have on a mask. There was one little girl who had a mask on. I was like, that's my spirit totem right there. Because typically I have on a mask. I have stopped wearing them into like the little gas station because it's just like 2 or 3 people in there at a time, but like everywhere else I could barely go anywhere without putting on a mask. I'm trying not to be so paranoid, but I'm just so paranoid. But I went, I spoke to people. I was not antisocial, which of course I can never be antisocial. I went to the party, Eileen. The homebody went to the party, and finally when I was ready to go, I was like, y'all, I'm about to go. I'm not a nighttime person. Deuces. Okay, Baby Boo Grace, that sounds like the idea my therapist gave me long ago. She told me to start a forgiveness journal. I use it heavily when hurting. I love it. It works wonders for self-love issues. Yes, the journal is everything. And that's because, honestly, there's science behind journaling. It connects to the subconscious mind. And so, yeah, I'm going to let y'all know what I get out of my journaling tonight, actually. Uh, because I'm curious, and I think I got a reading with my astrology teacher Victor this past Monday. And I don't think it was in there. I think it was in some video he wrote saying that whatever's going on in Pisces with this Jupiter and Neptune is gonna make people have like have a sweet tooth. And I've had a sweet tooth all day. And I'm going to tell y'all something else that happened. Last night, I mentioned how sensitive, we started off the call talking about how sensitive we become. Well, I did. I said we become sensitive, especially once we get 45 and older. and I just figured out a no food for me. Onions. Ah, ah, ah. This is the second day that I wake up and I feel fine. And then I've been trying to figure out how do I make food taste more flavorful. And so I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go. I bought this big bag of onions. Sweet onions too, baby, because I like the sweet onions. I actually cannot use the red onions. They will make me go straight to sleep. Um and I try, yesterday I noticed, I was like, I feel really weak. I feel extremely exhausted. But I had been up late on Thursday night. So I was like, well, maybe it's because I didn't get enough sleep. It was like maybe 5 hours of sleep. I did not get a lot of sleep. So today, I did my best to kind of sleep in a little bit, get myself back to like more balanced state. And then I made breakfast and I put eggs in my breakfast. And I mean, not eggs, onions in my breakfast. And all of a sudden, all the energy just drains out of me. And it's a certain way I feel when I eat a food that I can't eat, that is not good for my body. And I felt like that. I was like, okay, wait a minute. This is not me being tired because I should not be this tired. Like, I can barely open my eyes and I feel ill. And have y'all heard of testing your body with the body sway? So I asked my body, are the onions good for me or bad for me? Bad is what came up. When I asked, are they bad for me, my body swayed yes. Back and forth. This way is yes for me, and this way is no. And so, yeah, that's why I'm on so late. I couldn't function. And then I had two meetings that I had this evening, two calls, and then I had went to my friend's birthday party. And so I'm like, once I figure out a food that makes me go to sleep, that food will not be eaten again. I can maybe eat a little bit, but it's if I'm eating it every day. Like, I can't eat chocolate. Ever since I hit menopause, well, actually, chocolate left me after I had COVID. I don't know what it was it was chocolate, blueberries, or any type of food that's blue, coffee creamer. I can't remember what else. Oh, I can't eat cauliflower anymore, which is why I started thinking it was the onions, because the onions and the cauliflower is sort of similar in color. Cannot eat cauliflower, and cabbage hurts my feelings. I can eat green things. I can eat orange things. I can eat yellow things. It's hurting me over here. It's hurting me over here. Okay. Any questions, y'all? Because it's late. I'm going to get off. I just wanted to come on and share that with you all. I encourage you. I'm challenging you. Body sway. Yes. Okay. Hold on, baby Boo Grace. I don't know if y'all will be able to hear me. I think you'll be able to hear me. I'll talk a little bit louder. Whoa. Hold on one second. I should have known I was going to fall. Okay. Let's see here, baby Boo Grace. So, hey, tell me, can you hear me? Because I set this on something and the microphone may not be exactly out. Can y'all hear me? First you have to figure out, is your body, which way is yes and which way is no. I'm going to wait and see if y'all tell me if you can hear me, okay? It's a little bit of a lag. Okay. Thank you, baby Boo Grace. Okay, so you have to figure out is which direction is yes and which direction is no. And so you can start off by just even asking your body. It's just like using a pendulum. If you've ever used a pendulum, you just start off by asking your body, what is yes? And then your body will start swaying. So I'm gonna turn this way. Which way is yes? Which way is no? So I'm very comfortable asking. So, sometimes people are like, It's very subtle, but it does take a little bit of time to kind of like, you know, get yourself confident that your body's just going to sway. I've even seen people like go in a circle a little bit or something like that for one of their answers. So I asked, you know, are these sweet onions good for me? Yes or no? And this is what my body did. Are these sweet onions, well, what I asked was, are the sweet onions bad for me? And you can see I start, are the sweet onions good for me? Let's see if this water is good for me because I've been wondering, should I stop drinking this Perrier? I drink it because it gives me a little bit of energy, but I don't know. Is drinking this mineral water good for me? And sometimes I just ask the extra one, is this drinking this mineral water bad for me? Okay. You can test it with anything. Is this this is some CBD cream that I use? Is this CBD cream good for me? Is this CBD bad for me? This cream bad for me? So, yeah, that's how I do it. I usually am checking food. I learned this from a naturopath who taught me how to, you know, do that sway test to figure out if I should eat a food or not. Because it's just been so, my heart goes out to people who have digestive issues. My heart goes out to y'all because this is one of the hardest things that, and it's not super bad, but you know what? Another thing that I do when my stomach is upset is this is the stomach, this is connected to the stomach meridian for the, yeah, the meridian system. So I also kind of like tap here. And then the other one is right here is the spleen. So I'm glad I'm talking to y'all because my stomach is upset after eating those cupcakes. The turkey burger would have been okay, but the cupcakes, not cool. But yeah, to me, this is the goddess lifestyle. Like we don't just lay down and take anything. Our bodies know everything that we need. We can get that from our bodies. We can also get insight from our journals, oracles. I just talked to the spiritual aspirants actually on me and some of my priestess sisters talked to them on what day was that? Thursday about the importance of reading your own energy. You want to be able to do it in a way where you can trust it and you actually come up with some things that you can do. There's no reason for us to be suffering. Sometimes it might take a little bit of time. I'm not going to lie. Perimenopause and menopause, I'm just not one of those women who just have gotten it together. I'm not quite sure why it's been harder for me. I think it's a lot of women it's harder for, but we don't really talk about it much. I just saw my friend who just turned 50. She's in the best shape of her life. She decided in January she was going to lose weight by her birthday. And she actually weighs less than me now. And I used to teach fitness. That's how we met. She would take my fitness classes. And so, you know, her and another friend, they are slim and muscular and everything. And I've just been, you know, struggling a little bit more. But what I will say is that I will lose this weight. I will not give up. And that's why I love using these different tools. It's not all the time just about, for me, it's about practical application, you know? You know, why do we have all this spiritual knowledge if we're not actually going to use it in our lives? So, and I just feel like this is what the ancient women did. This is how they lived. They knew how to read their energy, how to test their energy, how to figure out what's good for them. You could do that for relationships, friendships. Like, is this person good for me or not? If you're wondering, just ask your body, is this person good for me? Look for yes or no. And then you'll know and trust it. Trust it. Did that help? Okay, good. Oh, Eileen got to go get her homework done. All right, baby boo Grace. I'm glad. Okay, good. You tried it with me. Very, very good. Keep me posted on how that works for you, okay? Keep me posted. All right, ladies. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate you, and I will be on tomorrow. My hope for tomorrow is to talk about the wisdom for the week. Yeah, we'll talk about the wisdom for the week. And yeah, we'll talk about the wisdom for the week. Maybe Jada Pinkett a little bit. Jada Pinkett Smith. I looked at her chart today. It's really interesting. I read an article that said how matched she is with Will, and it's actually sort of true. It's actually they have a lot of complementary energy, is what I'll say. So yeah, we'll look at her chart, which looks a little less traumatized actually than Will Smith's. Like I don't see, and I know she grew up rough. I don't remember all the details, but I know there was stuff going on with her mom that I don't know everything. But anywho, we'll look at hers tomorrow. So thank y'all so much for being here this evening. Baby Boo Grace, keep me posted on how you're using that sway test, okay? And yeah, appreciate y'all. See you soon. Huh?